What up there, boxing fans? This is Ronell Higgins. You watching Ronell here Boxing Reports. Okay, so there is no rematch clause inside the Danny Garcia versus Keith Thurman fight. Meanings that once these guys get it on this Saturday, they could be done with each other for good. Okay, they don't have to give each other a rematch. Although the public might want it, and they might, try to put pressure on the fighters and everything to do it, whichever one wins, but they really don't have to do it. I mean, Danny Garcia, he was talking about moving up to 154 to face Canelo, but as we all see, Canelo, he's up there at 160 now, 164 at that, about to take on Chavez, and then drop back down to 160 to try to make this Golovkin fight. So Danny Garcia has nowhere to run after this, not unless he still just moves up to 154, which I doubt it. Now, with this being said, who knows, Al Heyman, PBC, could have something like planned up. The reason why they're not doing the rematch clause is because whoever wins this fight may get the winner of the Earl Spence versus Kell Brook fight. Okay, maybe this is what they have planned. However, looking back at some of my history boxing, I don't remember Trinidad versus De La Hoya. They didn't have a rematch clause. I don't think they did. If they did, Trinidad ignored it. But from what I know, he didn't. There wasn't a rematch clause, and there was no rematch clause in the Bernard Hopkins versus Trinidad, which I don't think. But I do know that Hopkins has said he'll give him a rematch, but never did. And there was no rematch in Pacquiao versus Mayweather. There was no rematch clause in that fight either. So yeah, it's nothing new. This is something that happens in boxing. Both these guys that's going into this fight Saturday are both well-rounded boxers, pretty good. I knows that some people also picks at the records of both fighters. Danny Garcia fight guys he works at Burger King's and work at the gas station, and Keith Thurman, he fight guys in their 40s, out of their primes. But hey, if you take a look at it, take a look at all boxing rec, take a look back in history, and notice every single top fighter that has a name out there, let's say if they had like 25 fights going in, 25 fights or so, not all 25 of those guys were top name and primed fighters. Okay, they weren't in their primes. I say about probably 8 of those fighters was in their prime at the time the big name fighters had faced them. Okay, so that's boxing. That's how it go. Just like I was explaining about Anthony Joshua, and he was calling out Deontay Wilder. But I went back and looked at Anthony Joshua's record. He has a lot of journeymen, and yes, he beat like 5 undefeated fighters. Looked at their records, they beat a lot of journeymen. Okay, so and half them guys he fought, like Charles Martin, he didn't even deserve the title he had. So I mean, the fighter he was facing, Glassclaw, had sprained his ankle in the round, and it should have been a no contest, but then they're giving Charles Martin the title. Then he goes over there to England with his weak punches and slow movement, and end up getting starched by a young, big, strong Anthony Joshua. So that's how boxing goes. I still love the sport though, because this is boxing. Never know what'll happen. And thinking about this with no rematch clause, and I'm pretty sure they both going to go in there and put up a show. Neither one wants to lose. So, and like I was saying before, as long as no one get dropped, which I doubt it, the fight could end up a draw or a majority draw. Put it like that. It depends how good the fight is. So just in case somebody do get dropped once or so, they'll make it a majority draw. But if that happens, that'll make like the second draw on PBC boxing. Man, in fact, second draw this year. Well, no, the second draw on PBC boxing, because they started out with a draw between Boggy Jack and James DeGale. So yeah, we're gonna see where this go. At least I am. I'm waiting to see where it's gonna go, and that's my 2 cents on that. Well, my name is Ronell Higgins. You watching Ronell Higg Boxing Reports. I'm out. Like and subscribe and comment.